Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Crypto Trading Room. Today is February 12th, 2024. Hopefully everybody is doing absolutely fantastic today, wherever you happen to be watching the show from, whether you're in the Americas, whether you're in the Philippines, whether you are in Malaysia. It's all good. We welcome you all. Let's go. Beautiful Monday morning as we kick off this week, and Bitcoin is at a beautiful price target. We've got a nice swing long open that we've been holding open for quite a while. Unfortunately, Friday did not end up well for us. We had 5 losses, which we're going to talk about. So we have definitely learned something about, or I should say, we've definitely learned something about a better way to handle this copy trade account, because we don't want mistakes like this to happen again. Like this was bad. 5 losses. Now, here's the thing. This one win, and this is something I've been very consistent about in my teachings, this one win is making up for all of these losses. But here's the thing. If we just would not have had these losses, then this win would actually be a win, and our account would be larger than it was. Now, granted, our account is up. We are making progress. Life is good. But what's the main lesson learned here? Well, we don't want to take 5 times risk in one direction, all right? What happened on Friday is we opened up counter trend trades. We opened up reversal trades. We tried to short a top. We tried to call a top. And as I said, as you guys know, that's not my primary style of trading. And the mistake that I made was quintupling up on it. All right. Taking one trade would have been fine. Like, obviously, I liked my ideas on Friday. Taking one trade would have been fine. And then waiting for the market to confirm that that was the dominant direction would have been the more intelligent thing to do before adding in that additional risk, before doubling down and doubling down and doubling down. But I didn't. I saw the same move on 5 different assets, and I got greedy, and I wanted to capture that same move on 5 different assets, and I was wrong about the move. So, all right, so lesson learned. So when taking counter trend trades, we are going to only take one position at a time. So all that hard work that we did, basically, I mean, again, nothing's for naught. Again, all that hard work we did is fine. All right. We just start off a new week, and here we go. We just look for good trades. All right. But what is the key lesson here? All right. Trend following trades, guys. It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of your trades are going to account for 80% of your profits, and 80% of your trades are just going to be busy work. You know what I mean? And that's just how life tends to be. That's how all efforts tend to be, right? It doesn't really matter what you're doing. About 20% of the work that you actually do will account for 80% of your profits, right? And that's, I mean, this is just the Pareto principle. It's true just about everywhere in anything. Okay. So looking at the market this morning, obviously things are charging off quite nicely. I mean, Bitcoin is pushing up. We're trading at about 49,003. So looking like we're going to run up to that $50,000 level almost at any point. We did have our altcoins pull back a little bit. Let's see here. Yeah, we've had our altcoins pull back here a little bit over the last couple of hours. Not Ethereum though. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana have just continued to charge and drive upwards. Again, Link having a bit of a pullback. So I want to do something a little bit different as we continue to move forward with this, and so this is going to help keep our analysis consistent. So we're going to start a new layout. All right, we're going to start a new layout, and we are going to keep, oh, sorry, let me get you off this. And we're going to keep this color scheme, because everybody has told me that this one is relatively easy on the eyes. So I apologize if you don't like this color scheme. I don't know what to tell you. The audience has spoken. They have spoken. And we are going to make this kind of our weekly chart. So that way our weekly charts will stay the same. And we'll do that for our daily charts as well. Because one of the prime problems that I think we're having with this day trading approach, as opposed to how I'm used to trading, is that we kind of keep flipping back and forth between different time frames. And I think that gets us confused. All right. Because, it's a very common problem. You'll do analysis on the weekly time frame, and you'll have a good idea, and you'll have like this game plan formulated in your head based on what you just saw on the weekly. But then as you go down to the daily, and as you go down to the 4 hour or the 1 hour, you start to see different things. What began to look like a market that was overbought when you looked at it on the weekly might, as you start drilling down into it, begin to look something like oversold. And so your game plan might completely change. On the weekly, you're like, oh, I'm going to short this. I'm going to short it into the ground. It's going to zero. But then you get down to the hourly or the 15-minute, and the next thing you know, you're long. And then the next thing you know, you get stopped out. And it's like, well, why didn't you just stick to your higher time frame bias? Because it's hard to like hold on to that information and that bias as you drill down and start looking at different stuff and not accounting for the fact that it's different. So what we're going to do, and as I said, as you guys know, kind of my goal with this morning stream is not only just to do the live day trading stuff, but also to start beginning putting strategies together and having you guys watch the journey of noticing the mistakes that we make, trying to figure out solutions to those mistakes or those problems that we're having with our trading, and then slowly over time showing you how the elements of a good strategy will ideally help solve or mitigate the problems that we have, the losses that we face. Like, for example, we started off the stream talking about, okay, what was a mistake that we made last week? Because we had 5 losses, and we can't just not talk about that. We can't just have 5 losses and be like, okay, moving right along. That is a very clear error in the way that I want to trade that I need to address and account for. So how do we address and account for that so that it doesn't happen again? The way we address and account for that is we establish a rule and we begin building a habit because we have that rule to remind us of how we want to do things differently moving forward. And again, the rule that we've established is if we're going to take reversal positions, we're only going to take one at a time until we have confirmation that the correct direction to actually trade in is now down or up if we're looking for reversals. All right. Other than that, we want to stay trading in the dominant direction of the higher time frame. But simultaneously, I also want us to have what's the word I'm looking for here? Isolated strategies running of their own accord. Isolated strategies running of their own accord, regardless of what other time frames are saying. So I want a weekly strategy, I want a daily strategy, I want a 4-hour strategy, just the way that I currently do. All right, chat. Shout outs to chat, guys. Thank you for joining me this morning. Yes to crypto. Thank you for joining us this morning, my friend. Let's see here. All right, good, man. I'm glad to hear you're having a good experience with Fairdesk. I was very happy to find an exchange that was accommodating to Americans and Canadians and a wide section of our viewership. So I'm very happy that it's working out well for you guys. And you specifically, crypto. Yes to crypto, by the way. You should also see a nice Hundi USDT in your account. Compliments of cracking cryptocurrency. Appreciate you signing up with our referral link, my friend. And I hope your experience over there is fantastic. All right. Yes, I will accept the cookies. All right. So before we get really sucked into today's price action, again, we're long, so and the market's pumping, so we don't need to do anything. Everything's fine and chill and cool and dandy. So let's just pause and let's keep our concerns here on the weekly time frame. And before we get I know I just pulled our indies out, but before we really get our indies out, let's just see if there's anything important on the weekly that we want to mark out. Important things on the weekly that we want to mark out. Well, probably the first thing that we can do is just use VRVP to begin marking out important areas of liquidity, important areas where individuals have entered the market, where we know that there are resting orders, where we know where buyers will defend their position. So the best way to do this is to switch to logarithmic, all right, because Bitcoin is an exponentially increasing asset, so logarithmic generally a little bit better for your scaling. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to tilt this camera down just a little bit. There we go. All right, that's a little bit better. Yeah, okay. That is a little bit better. All right, so weekly time frame. We're not going to go back this far in history, so let's just go ahead and zoom forward a bit so that we can recalculate. All right, not bad, not bad. Massive amount of liquidity here. Let's see here. Do we really want to mark off any of this stuff? Probably not completely necessary. I don't see price ever really going below 15,000, to be quite honest with you. So what I do want to do is I want all the data for basically current price for recent price. Okay, excellent. So this is helpful. All right. Okay. Yep. Boom. Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. So all I'm doing here is I'm using the volume profile on the right. And the first thing that I'm doing here is I'm just doing the eyeball scan, which is I'm just going through and identifying areas of significance on the right as indicated by VRVP, previously VPVR. And I'm trying to see if just visually it makes sense, or obviously it's okay if it doesn't make sense to me because it is what it is, but I'm looking to see if it does make sense to me, right? If I can figure out the narrative, if it makes sense for me, why there was consolidation here, why, like you have to ask yourself, okay, you have the chart and you have the information, but we're humans. So you have to tell yourself the story. We learn through narrative. We learn through narrative. Uh, I won. So shorting Bitcoin right now. Good man. Good man. Good man. Okay. But you have to, humans learn through story, right? If you don't attach a story to it, if you don't give it meaning, it doesn't have purpose. It's not going to make as much sense. All right. This is why humans love stories. Storytelling is a human tradition. It's a human habit. Data is important, but humans aren't really designed to process raw data. We need to tell a story, right? This is why a big part of being a data analyst is taking the data, compiling the data, organizing the data, but then you have to tell the story. You have to explain the data. All right. So, why did buy step in here? All right. Why did buy step in here? Why is this the point of control? Why did more volume enter here? So, more volume was traded here than anywhere else. So this doesn't necessarily mean that this is where the most buyers and sellers are. It means it was where there was a lot of buyers and sellers. We have no idea whether they still have their positions or what they've done with their positions since then. But more than likely, since we see at this intersection, the first time price traded at this area was this little hiccup. Okay, yes, I get it. I accept the cookies for the love of God. Over in 2020, when we were coming up in the 2020-2021 bull market. And obviously there was a lot of market buying here, I would say. Probably some distribution as well. So price did hang out here for about 3 weeks, and there was this quite epic battle between the bulls and the bears. The bulls won. Here we have this very epic, probably sell-off. We have a lot of people probably panic selling. We have a lot of people probably panic buying, not panic buying, but opportunity buying. Opportunity buying here, and probably panic selling as well. And then price breaks through to the upside. So all right, so let's think about this. We know that a lot of people previously sold this area right here. So we know that that area is pretty significant. So let's mark that off on our chart as an area of interest. Okay. So we do have overhead resistance. Okay. We have this consolidation area, and we have basically support right here. So we are entering into a low volume node right here, up to 52,812. So I'm going to make a prediction here, guys. I'm going to make a prediction. My prediction is that price does not hit 57,000. Okay? My prediction is that price does not hit 57,000. That we more than likely hit 52,000, maybe even 53. We run up into that low volume node. And then we sell off. That's the idea. That's the idea. So I'm gonna mark this prediction off. Okay. So let's make this like yellow. Yeah. And let's make it a little bit more opaque. 40%. Yeah. And let's put some text in here to keep me accountable. White text more legible. Yeah. Okay. White on yellow. White on yellow crime, my dear Lord. What has the world come to? Alex81SG joining us in the chat. Good morning to you, my brother. The overextension right now is really scary. Yeah, I mean, prices, listen. It's crazy, right? As a cryptocurrency trader and investor, you know, like when prices are going down, you're like, oh my God, I can't wait till the bull market comes. And then when the bull market comes, you're just afraid all the time that it's going to go away. Why did we choose to live this way? Right? Like, couldn't we, what guys, you know what? Let's pack it in. I think we should pack it in, guys. I mean, who wants to live like this? You know, I say we pack it in and we just go trade SPY futures. We'll just go trade the ES. And I think we'll all just be better. We'll get to sleep in. We'll get to go to bed early because the market won't be open past 2:30 Eastern. And you know, life will just be good. I think life will just be good. All right. So that's the prediction. You guys know how well my predictions have worked in the past. So, you know, we'll just keep that into mind. So I think that means potentially another 5 to 6% to the upside. Now, here's the thing. February is a typically bullish month. We put in an average return of, I believe it's 11% in February. So February is generally always bullish. And so we've gotten a nice reaction here from February. What is interesting here, I will just kind of point out that it is interesting where this ETF wick ran up to. We are now kind of getting over that price point right now, but it just kind of let us know that is where a ton of liquidity was sitting. And ironically, it was also directly overhead this. Hopefully, I'm making sense here. What I'm trying to say here, guys, is that if we look, all right, if we look at where this wick ran up to, all right, this was the high of the ETF week. Okay, that is just slightly above this previous high. So it's a very logical place for market maker, a very interested party, whoever, a series of entities to have set their limit sells to absolutely stop price from pushing above and beyond that. Now, we are looking to push above and beyond that right now. And where is a very logical area that looks similar to what we saw here, that also has confluence with the area that I'd like to see price reverse in? Well, it's right here. Okay, it's right here. It's right above this high. Okay, and that's right in this zone. So let's see how well that works out, because that is coming in at approximately $52,800. $52,800 is where we'd like to see that. Network enthusiast, good morning to you, my friend. Power of hydrogen is strong this morning. So I think that's the plan. That's the plan. Guys, what about that Super Bowl? All right. Now, listen, I don't want to, you guys know me. I don't like to toot the horn too much, but I will just say that this is exactly what I predicted. I talked about going long on Bitcoin to play the Super Bowl narrative. All right. It's exactly what I said. I said it very consistently, very loudly on the group mentorings and the stream. I said I was going to go long on or around February 8th, all right, to play the Super Bowl narrative, and that's been pretty darn good. It's been pretty darn good. Okay, tails, speed markets, options, good. So I'm going to try to sign up for Deribit this week because I got my allow ID. So I'm going to let you guys know how that works out. So the goal here maybe is to get signed up for Deribit so that I can buy at the money puts when and if price gets to 52.8. 52.8. And maybe we open up shorts as well. Or maybe we just get wrecked again. I don't know. We're going to find out. But is Polkadot a good buy in spot. Okay, so all right. Polkadot. I'm of the opinion that, hold on, just let me check something. Okay, so I am of the opinion that this cycle we will see, even though the cliche is that old coins won't pump and new coins will pump better, et cetera, et cetera. While that is true, certainly to an extent, because that's just true of low cap VC type markets, which cryptocurrency certainly is, or the altcoin market certainly is. I am also of the opinion that now I think we're going to be seeing more normies, more retail, and a little bit more institutional interest this cycle. We've already clearly seen that, of course, with the ETF. And because of that, I think that we will also see very impressive movements from our well-established coins, our top 100s. You know, kind of the old idea that, oh, well, hey, the top, you know, there's this narrative, there's this cliche in crypto that the top 10 coins like change every year. Well, that was true back in 2014, 2015, 2016, maybe even 2017. But that's really not true anymore. We have well-established dominant ecosystems, well-established dominant altcoin chains and DeFi protocols. And yeah, just entire ecosystems that are not really subject to as much volatile change as there was 5 years ago. So because of that, I think that well-established coins are solid. I think that you could do very, very well this cycle. I think you can easily 10x your portfolio just with your top 100 coin picks, all right? Top 20, top 50 coin picks. Having said that, I am not a big fan of Polkadot. I was very excited about Polkadot when it came out. I thought Polkadot was going to be absolutely fantastic. I thought it was technically interesting. You know, obviously, is it Gavin? No, it's not. It's not Gavin Andreessen, is it? No, it's not Andreessen. It's that's a Bitcoin dude. What's his name? I can't think of his name. But the guy, he was part of the Ethereum Foundation, and then he built Polkadot. Right? I was excited about Polkadot, but Polkadot is a flop, man. Like their marketing team sucks. They're building things, and yes, they're doing some things, but I'm over Gavin Wood. Thank you, Gavin Wood. Yeah, I'm over Polkadot, man. I don't hold any Polkadot anymore. I don't intend to hold Polkadot, so I'm just not. I'm just not a big fan of Polkadot. Now, I will say, that if we just take a quick glance at Dot. Like on something like on the weekly. I mean, yeah, sure. Polkadot is probably a fantastic buy here, right? I mean, Polkadot is probably going to pump into the bull market. You know, what are we like? Polkadot is like 87% down from its highs. You know, obviously that's not great, right? Because one way of looking at this is being like, oh, Polkadot's lagging behind, it'll catch up. No, it's lagging behind for a reason, right? It's lagging behind because it sucks and nobody wants it. You know, like, okay, so let's look at Polkadot here and let's compare Polkadot to Optimism. Okay. What is the difference here? All right. Let's compare Polkadot to BNB. Okay. Now, if you were going to get any asset, if you're going to get Polkadot or BNB, I'd get BNB here. I mean, BNB is Matic. Okay. Matic doesn't look too dissimilar to Polkadot. Okay, I'll get some BNB. No, listen, man. Listen. I'm not telling you what to do. You know, just because I don't like Polkadot doesn't mean yes. Polkadot's probably a good spot buy here because everything is probably a good spot buy here. I think you just want to just give a little thought to why is it lagging behind? It's lagging behind because, all right. And mostly, here's the thing, man. It's just Polkadot's team, right? Like they've got, again, it's a technically interesting and feature-rich ecosystem and blockchain that can do really cool things. But God, if their team is just not terrible at delivering and marketing and all the things that you need, right? It's not just, you know, look at Algorand, right? It's not just something that's technically complex, right? Look at I don't know. And you can't just have a good technically complex product. You also have to do all the crypto things. All right. Let's get back here to the weekly. Now, I'm not the biggest fan of diagonal trend lines, but we'll go ahead and put this one on the chart because it does seem to be relatively important. And I suppose, like, I don't really like this one. This one really seems like stretching to me, but let's put it on there. Let's put it on there. I don't want to have too much stuff on the chart, but let's put it on there. And the other thing that we want to do, the current idea right now, we're going to need to put our text box up here. Wow, this is interesting. All right, so game plan. Look for big reversal at 52 to 53K. All right, this is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. That's the idea. So weekly time frame, look for a big reversal at 52, 53K. Do we have any technicals, guys? Do we have any technicals that would be confirming? Hold on. What is this? Oh, sorry. Reversal. So yes, we do, but we're not quite there yet. All right, so we're using a couple different indicators here. First off, we can see that IsaSpot did give us, we can see that IsaSpot did give us a sell signal over here on the weekly time frame back on January 15th. Obviously, that one did not work out. Price just pulled back for 2 weeks and then continued on upwards. But right now, we have price that is pushing up towards the upper envelope of the Bollinger Bands. So we're looking to get above 2 standard deviations, which an up thrust to 52.53 this week or next week would likely give us. Okay. We'll see if we have, it's possible then that we would also get a bit of regular bearish divergence from that too as well. Unconfirmed at this point in time. We do have our Laguerre PPO reversal indicator, which is flashing a warning sign in this area. You'll notice that the last time it flashed a warning sign was right here. And we did have a nice pullback, about a 15% pullback in Bitcoin's price. Prior to that, on the weekly time frame, the last time this thing flashed was at the market top in October, November of 2021. And then prior to that, at the market top in March, April of 2021 as well. Okay. So we do want to pay attention to that. All right. Now, note with this indicator that when we get red, this is really the trigger that we're looking for, right? And a more very specific trading signal trigger would be red bars above. You could go in on that immediately. In my experience, you often get you have to sit through more drawdown though. A better way usually and more confirmation is to wait for the red bars to appear and then go back down below this line. So you would actually enter on this bar right here, your first yellow. Okay, and let's go see where that would have been. Both with Heikinashi. Let's see, so that would have been an entry right here. Let's just mark that out. We can see how that looks with Heikinashi, and then regular candles as well. So yeah, 2 weeks of drawdown you would have had to sit in because you entered down here, and then you got to soak up all this profit as price pushed down to the bottom area, the lower level of the envelope of the Bollinger Bands. So all good, life's fine. And then, sorry, yeah. So if you would have entered when it first turned red, you would have entered here. And so yeah, you would have that's not drawdown, that is liquidation. All right. That is complete loss of account. All right. To sit through max pain of 84%. All right. Has anybody here held a trade down 84% and then still held it open? All right. Question for the chat. Have you guys ever held a position down 80+% and held it, and then it went back up and you made money off of it? I want to know. I want to know right now. Tell me. Okay. Okay, Andrew has. GameStop doesn't count, man. GameStop stock doesn't count. All right, let's see here. All right, so weekly time frame. I think the outlook here is pretty simple. Our reversal system is beginning to flash warning signs. All right. I mean, we are in warning territory. Okay, we are in reversal territory right here. We do not have that sharp, clear sign though. Okay, so again, let's not get. I don't want to get too Jiminy Crickets over this. We'll just see how price responds here. For now, we can just hold long. Everything's fine. We'll just continue to hold swing long. Yeah, there's no worries. There's no danger. Let me get the music going. Sorry, guys. As always, let me know if the level of volume needs to be adjusted. Okay, so that's all well and good. Let's see what our PTP system is suggesting here. Yeah, so weekly volatility got crushed. Expansion of volatility, and then a volatility reset. So we know that ooh, that is pegged, isn't it? All right, one second. Dun 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 dun. Ooh, $4,114 in the account. We're gonna take 2% risk. Whoops. $69.20. $48,582. One trip. 53. Pink. Okay. Moving right along. Tyler says the weekly BBWP is surging, but there's no volume. Normally it would confirm the upthrust like this, but the volume is not coming in, which is concerning. So we're kind of interpreting that as divergence, huh? The fact that we are seeing price move up, that we're seeing volatility after a reset expand, but volume is not growing to confirm the movement upward. Might spike again in price action because the Hearst is strong here, so volatility can stay up, but it can't go up much more, at least not before. All right. Well, what else were we going to say here on the weekly time frame? Yeah, so TSI is still confirming the bullish trend. RSI is overbought here on the weekly. Does it just make sense? Yeah, I don't know. Probably makes a lot of sense to... Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just one of those things. It probably makes more sense to put it probably makes more sense to put it, well, I'm saying it would make sense to put a line at the 80th percentile on the relative strength index indicator. It seems, just doing the eyeball scan, that on the weekly it's very rarely that Bitcoin goes up to 70 and doesn't then shoot up to 80. I only saw one occurrence ever where Bitcoin rejected at the 70th percentile. Every other time, if we get up to the 70th percentile, we run up to the 80th. And that's exactly what's happened here. However, what else is happening here on the RSI? If we top at 52,000 or at 50K, if we top there, what will that be, guys? It will be regular bearish divergence. And I just want to point out, I would like to submit to the judge evidence that it was weekly bullish divergence that identified me to go long on Bitcoin in the first place down here. Here it is. You can see it. There it is. Look at it. This is exactly what I shared with everyone in the premium trading group who is a member of our trading community. This is when I went long on BTC and we held. And now we are maybe seeing regular bearish divergence to kind of tie it all off, right? Having rally. And is the 4-year cycle thesis still going to come true? Having rally, sell off, bull market. I still think that's very, very possible. Still think that's very possible. It's just that things have been so gosh darn different this cycle. Things have been so bullish this cycle, right? Cryptonomics, what's up, man? We looking at Bitcoin weekly, trying to figure out our big plan here, our big strategy. We're kind of expecting the price will go up to 52, 53,000 and then run into trouble there. But the thing is, we've been trying to calculate and prepare ourselves for these movements. It seems all cycle, all rally, and we've done well, but things have just been so gosh darn bullish that it boggles the mind. It boggles the imagination how bullish 2023 has been, and 2020 and how 2024 is kicking off. All right. It's just incredible. And then Tyler comes on stream and gets me stopped out. I mean, I'm just kidding, buddy. I'm not stopped out yet. Up 20 bucks. Okay, so yeah, same here. Yeah, I mean, it's just I thought the ETF would be a sell the news event. Heck, I didn't even think the ETFs were going to get approved. I thought Gary Gensler was going to come in with the hammer and be like, "Not today, Bitcoin." Right? It's not. Yeah. But he did not. He did not say any of that. That's not how it went down. All right. Well, is there anything else we need here on the weekly? So potential. Let's leave a note here. Not anchored text. Probably a note. Let's leave it right here. See, I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that because yeah, see, I don't like that because I just want to see it all the time. So, probably a call out. I think I like call outs. Yeah, these are nice because now I can see it all the time. There, that's what we want. See, charting like this, in my opinion, this can help. All right, so we also want to identify all right, so we are in the season of volatility, reset, and expansion. The reason why that's so important is because if we hit this price level and we get regular bearish divergence and we've just had a vol reset, then I think this was just a short squeeze. Then this would likely have been a short squeeze that will lead into that pre-halving dump. if we are going to get the pre-halving done, which I think we're going to get the pre-halving done. Which still means that probably right now still the best positional trade is buying out the money puts. Yeah, it's buying out the money puts. The problem, I mean, it's not a problem. The consideration is that I don't think implied volatility has gotten too high though. See, so when I started talking about getting options, ladies and gentlemen, implied volatility was at 41%, and implied volatility is now at 53.9%. Okay. Because the market is pricing in up $10,500 or down $8,700 by March 29th. By end of March, we're pricing in this, which means the higher IV goes, right? The more volatile the market is assumed to be, the more expensive options contracts become. So when IV was at 41%, options were incredibly cheap. So if we bought at the money puts right now for the March 29th strike, wow. They are expensive. They have gone from, I believe, $1,500 when we began looking at them to $3,500. And that's the bit. Yeah, I mean, the bid ask is pretty slim, so that's fine. No, they're expensive. I mean, listen, this is not super expensive, but it's not cheap, right? Because we can just go look at the this is the Bitcoin volatility index, BVIV. All right. Implied volatility, it's saying, is at about 57. And we see that its high is basically 75. And its low here was like 36. So we had, this is how cheap options were. Okay. And now options are back in about the mid-range of being expensive. So yeah, they're not Super Bowl. I mean, they're not ETF decision high. Okay. How expensive they were at the ETF decision. But, and they're not, you know, everybody thinks the market's dead low, but mid-range. Decent. Decent, not bad. Can I look at the monthly chart? Yeah, why would we want to do that? Yeah, of course. Let's see. BTC weekly. Okay. And yep. Okay, that's how we're gonna do it. BTC weekly. Damn. And you wanted to look at the monthly chart, sir. Logarithm. Isn't that, you know, sometimes, guys, it's just nice to take a step back and be like, mwah, chef's kiss. Satoshi Nakamoto. Good job, man. You know? Sweet Nelly. Just caught a short using extreme vol to time and entry, but I don't recommend getting in front of trains like that. Nice, man. Did you close out already? Should I be closing out? It's so nice. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. What does it look like if I flip on Heikinashi? Even better. Even better. Yeah, even better. There's not too much. Listen. You know? Yeah, so here's the only thing, and this is like, there's no answer to this, right? This is just something that I got to kind of like noodle out myself. And honestly, there's never going to be an answer for it because I can't predict the future. But when I look at the monthly, what I see is I see like, okay, advance from previous bull market. Okay. Advance from previous bull market, bear market, beginning of the new rally, sign of weakness, new growth, right? Like breakouts to new highs that is unstoppable. And we see the same thing, right? Bull market, right? Sell off. And if this is the bottom, then this would be this. And this was this. And the only difference is that this one was just more bullish. And we're all kind of sitting here expecting something like this. But this is all that's going to come. But, you know, either of those seems... Oh, shoot. That is not what I want to do. Not want to get rid of all the drawings. Tell me that they're still there. Good. Hold on a second. If I get rid of all the drawings on the monthly chart and I go down to the weekly, yes, they're gone. Okay. Okay. All good. Back to the week. Scaring me, man. All right, well, if you say so. Let me see here. Yeah. Profit. Okay. $4 whole. Good job. Thanks, Tyler. Appreciate you, man. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know next time that we're scalping a 3-second trade. All right. Seeing Ollie is all in on this one. Okay. We're trying to... All right, so BTC Weekly. I feel good about this game plan. The only thing we're missing here is downside price target. Downside price target. So... You know, I'm a bit obstinate, so we're just going to go here. This, yep. Probably here too. Yeah, I say, yeah, something like that, maybe. Yeah. If we do end up reversing and having the bear and having the pre-halving dump, this would be the ultimate target. Maybe even, I mean, we could go down to 18s, but that would be, we would need a catalyst for that. there would have to be a catalyst. Every previous year that we had the sharp pre-halving dump, like last cycle in March of 2020, it was the BitMEX meltdown. All right. We were streaming. We were live. It was happening. We were there. So, Tyler, what you're saying is if volatility has gotten really low and is expanding, you'll hold the trade for a while. But if you're entering on volatility being high and expecting a pullback, you're just playing the scalp. Is that correct? Am I picking up what you're putting down, my friend? Beast mode focus, man. Welcome to the show. I obviously I know that beast mode is a pretty common thing, but your username looks familiar. Are you active in the no nonsense Forex community? Mr. Focus. All right, so that's the weekly plan. Oh, bet, dude. Cool. Well, thanks for hopping on, my friend. Tyler says all the previous ones except for the Black Swan have gone to the 618. That's why everybody was looking at the low 30s. Yeah, so just out of curiosity, what does a 618 look like on this rally? From bear market bottom to now current high, 618 would be putting us back here. So, you know, let's just go ahead and mark off the golden pocket, as they say. Okay. Hold on. That's not gold. It's kind of goldy. Am I colorblind? I think I might be colorblind. The golden. The pullback. Oh, pullback. Oh, cool, man. 786 on BTC is right now around 50,100. Well, okay, yeah. If you want to take a fib in the other direction from bull market high to bear market low, this is a golden pocket retracement right now. We are at the 618. We are there if there is a place. And the 786, for some reason, oh, I have it. 786 is 57,000, almost exactly, which is where I have the next level of resistance marked out. And we got that information from the VRVP indicator, volume by price, horizontally. So we know that a lot of volume was traded there. There's a lot of liquidity there. So if price goes there, it should hang out for a while. But where I have marked off that price will reverse is the opposite. It's a low volume node. It is an area where there is not a lot of liquidity, which means there's probably a lot of orders there, right? Probably a lot of orders there. Why, chat? Why would there be orders in a low volume node? Think about it. It's a thinker. It's a thinker. Why do we see price wick into low volume nodes, okay, and then reverse very frequently, especially on lower time frames, but you'll see it play out here on these higher time frames too. Sorry, let me give you the tools so that you know what the heck I don't even have the tools on the chart for you guys to make a decision. What kind of teacher? BRVP. Let's look at this. Okay, BRVP. This is this thing on the right. This lets us know volume by price, where people entered at different levels. Okay, where people entered at different levels. We have these peaks, all right? on the indicator, which indicate that there was a lot of volume here. A lot of people bought, sold, swapped, traded, went broke in these areas at this price level right here. Then we have these areas, these valleys, okay, which lets us know that there was significantly less liquidity here. And if you look, if you pay attention and you start learning the VRVP indicator, you'll notice that these like reversals, these times when price wicks up into an area and then reverses, they're usually low volume nodes. Okay? They're usually low volume nodes. See, look right here. Look where I'm going to put this horizontal line right here. Bam. So you can see that. Look at how price wicked down into this low volume node and then rejected violently. Wicked down in and rejected violently. Usually happens in low volume nodes. Why? Why is that? Why is that the case? This is important. This is very important. This is a fundamental aspect of how the market works. Why is that the case? And so why does price get out of price doesn't stay in low volume nodes for very long. It goes in, it goes immediately out. That's why those are good areas to enter into trades. But why in high volume nodes, by comparison, look at this high volume node right here. This whole thing is a high volume node. This price just hangs out here forever, right? Like price is not eager to leave this zone whatsoever. It is eager to stay in it. As you can see, every time it tries to like trade out of it, it comes right back into the zone until we finally get a breakout. Okay. And that breakout is associated with volatility reset and expansion as well. So the answer is, and the question really is, why are there orders that get filled and cause a dramatic price response very, very quickly? You're both right? Beast mode trading, Tyler, you guys have good answers, but I think the primary reason is because, so high volume nodes have a lot of liquidity. That's where the market makers are working, right? And the market makers are going to keep price in this zone. The low volume nodes, okay, is where a lot of orders are that the market makers aren't filling. Right? The market makers aren't interested in keeping price out of the zone. Market makers want to keep price in the zone, okay? Because they have bought in tranches and they're profitable within this zone. If you want to understand how a market maker makes money, go provide liquidity to a Uniswap pool. Okay? It's the same thing. In a Uniswap pool, when you provide LP, you can determine what range you want to provide liquidity in, all right? And that matters based on where you bought the assets that you're LPing. Okay. You're profitable within this range. You become unprofitable up here and unprofitable below. All right. So you have to, if price stays in your zone, you're profitable. You're making money. The market makers are no different. The market makers are holding all these assets on their books. And yes, market makers can have complicated portfolios and hedging strategies. But at the end of the day, this is trading. And Goldman Sachs is as degenerate as the worst 100x BitMEX trader I've ever met. Don't believe that it's not the case, right? These are the banks that failed, bankrupted trillions of dollars. Like, yes, sure, risk management is the thing, but sometimes the big firms don't practice any better. So yes, it takes a long time to chew through orders in high volume nodes, but in low volume nodes, there's no market maker support. There's no market maker support to keep price out of there. It's only speculators. So price will not stay out of a market maker zone for long unless there is some very important dynamic shift happening in the market. So stop losses and liquidations are in low volume nodes, and big thick iceberg orders are in low volume nodes. So it's very hard to break out of that range without market maker support. Okay. It might even be impossible. Tyler says that's interesting. Could use high volatility to predict when price action will range and low volatility to choose when to pull your liquidity. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never thought of that. Very interesting. So anyways, all that to say, guys, we have a 618 retracement from the bull market high to the bear market low. We are literally at that price right now. A 786 would put us up to 57,000. But the thing here is, too, guys, what I just said, 57,000 is a high volume node. If we get to 57,000, we're probably going to hang out there. We're probably going to stay there. Does that make sense? If we get to 57,000, why not 70,000? Why not 80,000? Okay. We don't reject from high volume nodes. We don't hit high volume nodes and then sell off down into the ground. We hang out there because there's liquidity there. So what I'm saying is if we get to 57,000, 58,000, there's less reason for the market to reverse, right? You might even say like, well, but you know, the higher price goes, the more likely it is to reverse. And that's not necessarily the case. Right. Why? Yeah, exactly. Why would we not just keep going up at that point in time, right? So if we're going to reverse, it makes sense to reverse from a low volume node, not a high volume node. And that also makes logical sense to me because if we fail to get to the high volume node, okay, right? That makes sense. So what I'm saying is, guys, what I'm saying, I think we either reject from 53.52. We either reject from 53.52 or we break through to 58. And if we break through to 58, we probably just keep going. Not immediately. If we get to 58, we're going to hang out there maybe for a month or two, right? Maybe, probably. And you know, there'll be volatility and everything, but we'll have a range of like what, 60. The range will be like 65 to like 53 for like 2 months. Fine. I could live with that. So yeah, so there's that. Okay, so either we reject from 52, 53 down to 39, down to maybe 29, down to maybe 23. I know, Tyler, but it's just been so gosh darn bullish, right? Yeah, pay for this stuff, man. Like, so I think that's the weekly plan. We can short with futures, or we can get at the money puts. And what would that look like? Let's go look at our position builder. Options. 29th of March. And what strike we got? By the $50,000 strike, of course. 50,000 put. And we want to buy a whole Bitcoin, and we're going to long the options contract. So we'd be paying an average price of 3,531, and our break-even price would be 48,793 by March 29th. And we 2x if price is 44. We 2x if price is 44. So we'll kind of, okay, that's fine. So we could get that for so for 35, so for a $3,500 bet, we could make $6,000. Now, obviously, if we're right, if we're really right, and price goes to 38, we would make, depending on what IV was, we would make between 8 and 9,500. Which obviously is good. Obviously. Cryptonomics. Let's see here. Wouldn't 46 to 50K already be evidence of low volume? No. Given the theory, right? Typically. Wouldn't 46 to 50K already be evidence of low volume? I'm not sure what you mean. What? So the only so I'm just using the indicator to tell me whether or not we are in a high volume node or low volume node. So let me just hide the drawings here real quick and we'll zoom in. Enhance. There we go. So the VRVP indicator right now is just showing us that there is a low volume node here. Okay. There's very little liquidity from here to here, which, like this area right here. So, but there is a lot of liquidity from here to here and from here to here. So these high volume nodes, price wants to stay here. Price wants to stay here. Price does not want to stay here. Price will either burst through here like a hot knife through butter, and then we'll hang out here, or we come up here and we reject, probably to this high volume. Okay. But obviously, a little. So that's just where I'm getting the data as far as the volume. Let's see. Tyler feels that, no problem. Tyler feels that the close above 46, especially on the weekly, invalidated the low 30s target. Beast Mode says that I think the local top is close, or CPI will bring some needed buy lower prices. Late Feb is usually no bueno, but let's see. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so early, so February is usually good, but late February, you're right, not so great. Not so great. Chinese New Year, obviously, Bitcoin has rallied every year for the last 9 years into Chinese New Year. Yeah, it's the thing. And then we just had the Super Bowl narrative. Now, obviously, I watched Super Bowl yesterday, and I did not see any crypto commercials. All right. Now, granted, there was a few times that I walked away. I didn't watch the halftime show. I mean, I listened to it, but I was prepping. So yeah, that. Yeah, so Bitcoin always rallies approximately for a 2-week period for Chinese New Year. It's not like a day. It's like a week-long celebration. So the buying 3 days before Chinese New Year on or about January 8th, and then holding for 2 weeks for the last 9 years has given an average return of plus 11% with a T-score of like 95%. So Taylor Swift did declare martial law, Tyler. You had to watch her podcast to hear that. Yeah. She's marching on Washington, D.C. right now, actually. Yeah. Legion of Swifties are currently descending in hover jets and parachuting into the nation's capital to take charge. Okay. We have been on this chart for quite a while now. And I think that we can safely get off of this chart now. So we have the weekly game plan. The only other thing I wanted to cross-reference here was yes. So let's just summarize. We have our levels kind of marked out here, the levels of importance here on the weekly time frame. We know that we are quite overextended. We know that we've done a 618 golden retracement from the bull market lows. We know that we are coming up on a low volume node, that if we are able to burst through and get up to the 58, 57K price level, price is much more likely to be more bullish, right, than bearish. If we are unable to get to 57 though, then we kind of have a nice bearish potential catalyst. We do have IV spiking, and we had a volatility reset and expansion on the weekly, but volume is not increasing. So we don't really have confirmation of this renewed uptrend. This does seem weaker. Okay. So I do believe the current game plan is to buy at the money puts and or short at the $52,000, $53,000 price level. We can either do that blind, or we can do it after a bearish weekly close. We are also, of course, looking out for, why did my callouts disappear? Why did my callouts disappear? Did my callouts disappear because I switched? I don't like that. That sucks. That's one thing I don't like about trading view. So look, let me add like comment, note. I say note here, and then I put a different set of indicators on. And then I come back. Yeah, it's gone. That's dumb. That's so dumb. No, yeah, it's on that time frame. It's just that if I then switch indicator templates, it doesn't save. Which, wait a second, I got an idea. Hold on. I think I know why. Let's go back to, let's go back here. Let's put the call out on. Okay. And now let's save the layout. That's something that I didn't do. Really? Even if I save the layout? I did, yeah. I just did. I thought for sure that was going to work. Wow. I'm going to... I am going to... It's not. I was going to say I was going to open up a support ticket. I will, but I'm not going to go run and do it right now. I'm not going to go Karen on TradingView right this second. Let's see here. Andrew is making a killer living on the pound yen. Fuck yeah, dude. Hey, Jude. Is anyone selling now? Kind of, yeah. If there was fall... Oh, I see what you're... Hold on a second. Wait. Are you saying... Okay. Now, let me save the indicator template. I don't think that's going to... Which one is this? Basic, right? Yeah. Okay. And I'm going to save the chart layout. Now I'm going to go to reversal. I'm going to go back to PTP basic. No. Yeah. If you put a drawing tool on an indicator and then remove the indicator and add it back, it goes away. It goes away. So whatever. I feel like that's, I mean, I get it, but it's stupid. Oh, good, dude. I am glad to hear that my Wada Atar is killing. You said the Pendy? Yeah, the pound yen. Oh, why did I why did I type yen? GBP JPY. Wow. Look on the 15. Wada. Wada. Hold on. Very nice. Very nice, dude. Very nice. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, anybody can go use this indicator. I made this indicator. It's free. I mean, I didn't make it. This is my version of Wada Atar Explosion, which was a pre-established indicator, and it's just a modified. It's really just a fancy MACD, to be honest with you. It is a fancy MACD, though. And the way you trade is you wait for this explosion line to start rising. So this part turns yellow, from black to yellow, and it starts moving up. And then you wait for a column to not only trade above that, but also this dead zone, which is based on ATR. So it's just kind of a volatility filter. And so we would have gone short here. And exited here. And we would have gone long here. And exited maybe next bar. Let's see here. We got this. That wasn't good. And that wasn't good. And overall, not bad, dude. I put in a trade when it fires at midnight-ish. Let it do its thing, man. Go to bed. Wake up at 4:30. Smash. Good man, dude. Tyler ends up with 7 TV tabs open all day. No, so but the thing is, right? This is very important for me. The problem is, right? I'll do all this work to make a weekly chart, and I'll like have all of my ideas and stuff, right? And then I will go down to the daily and I'll start marking that up. And then everything gets all jumbled. And then when I come in to look at the weekly, there's all this crap from lower time frames on it, and I just end up getting frustrated. And then I right click and I hit this remove drawings button. And all my work disappears, and I don't want that to be the case. So I'm just going to save this as the weekly chart, and we'll go to this when we want to think about our weekly, what we want to do with our weekly. And I'll do the same thing for the daily. Your call out doesn't disappear. Oh my God, Becky, what setting do I have wrong? Of course, this only happens. Use the object tree and data window. Man, I've got it open, brother. Manage layout drawing. Holy shnikes. Synced globally. Synced in layout. Local drawing. Bam. Okay. The problem is, if I put this call out on the RSI, okay, here's the object tree, and I can see the RSI right here. If I draw a call out, you'll see a call out object appears underneath the RSI indicator. Let's add some text. Boom. It's there. I will now the layout autosaved. I know that saving the template won't work, so there's no reason to do that. Call out is still there. Life's good. If I remove the RSI, and I bring it back, the call out is gone. And that's the same if I switch indies like this, right? Using indicator template. So are you telling me that that doesn't happen to you? Right. Yep, removing the indicator deletes it completely, which I get, but yeah, but that's not going to work when I need to switch between templates, right? Like I'm not like the reason I set these templates up is that I don't want to go and take 5 minutes to go like click, okay, indicators, I need to add this, and then I need to add this, and oh, let me adjust the settings. Like, no, like this is just, you know, yeah. So that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work, unfortunately. But that's okay. Yeah, potential regular bearish divergence starting to form, and we're getting pretty overbought on the Bitcoin. All right, so I'm good with this. That's the weekly. New layout. BTC Daily. Yeah, I mean, that looks like volume is falling to me. It does look like volume is falling to me, so not confirming this movement. Guys, I'm going to just take a 30 to 60 second break. I will be right back. Tyler, you are in charge, man, while I'm gone. I trust you, man. You guys don't listen. Just behave. All right? Don't do anything. Don't do anything I would do. I'll be right back. All right. I knew it. You know, Silent, the stains. Listen, man. The dry cleaner was furioso, right? I couldn't really understand what she was saying, but she was yelling at me. All right, guys. Back in the action. Let's get this daily chart marked up. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Daily time frame. What do we got going on here? Daily time frame had a nice little vol reset, and we are now in volatility expansion. We are making a new high. So the daily is breaking out. TSI is confirming this swing long. We don't yet have any reversal signal because volatility, well, here's the thing. We're getting really close. The daily vol being peaked. All right, daily vol has been peaking around 94%, and we are currently at 90%, 91% on the BBWP. So behold the settings. Nice, man. Thoughts? Can't see. Behold. Are you saying 9 for my length and 81 for my look back? Because right now it's 13,252. But I'll try it. I will try a 981 daily time frame. Let's see how that looks now. All right, so we still have peaking here. We have vol reset here. Yep. We have vol low here. All very good. Vol low here. Yeah, that makes sense. Vol low here. That makes sense. Vol very high. That's fine. Doesn't fine. And a nice vol reset. Okay, yeah. So now, yeah. Okay, so 981. It's not. It's a little clean. It's a little cleaner now. Yes, I will say that it does definitely look cleaner now. So this is good. This is nice. This is good. And yeah, it's basically telling us to like be careful. We don't have any really good. Yeah, so kind of the interesting thing is what I'm noticing here, just obviously just with recent price action, is in situations where price kind of distributes a little bit, yeah, I'm not sure if Polypore's indicators are still locked. But Quant Nomad has a Hearst exponent. Quant Nomad's quite good. Well, I don't think, yeah, so I don't think this is going to be super helpful on the daily, maybe. I've seen, yeah, this doesn't look super great. On the 15, it's probably quite good. Wait for it to load. Let's wait for it to load. Come on now. Any day, anytime. Anytime, any day. Okay, I give up. Quant Nomad, you failed me for the last time. You have failed me for the last time. But Hearst is supposed to confirm volatility expansions. Yeah, I could see that. Hearst exponent, I mean, the stated purpose of the Hearst exponent indicator is to try to tell you whether the market is trending or ranging, right? If Hearst is rising and preferably over 50 when volatility takes off, you can imagine the vol can get to red line. I see. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. Sorry. So we've got our daily time frame. Let's save. The first thing I want to do, we haven't marked up this chart at all. Sorry, guys. So what is this? Is this a call out? Yes, we want to call out. And we had a nice vol reset here. So yeah, at this point, yeah, this is where swing long. There we go. And I want to go back that day. See, I want a horizontal line, but I don't want one that goes all the way across the thing. There we go. That's not too bad. Now what I want to do is boom, make that a solid line, give it some text. And oh, that's fine. And we can make it smaller. That's good. I like that. Get the Quadrigo back. Yep. Oh, wow. Excellent. Just went, wow, look at that. It just went right where I wanted it to go. Look at that. Oh my God. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful. So same thing, target, but we're going to call this stop loss. Yep. And red. Nice. Okay. Nice. Nice. Okay. Now we've got our drawing tool set up just the way we want them. We can get out of replay mode now. Okay, so we've hit 2 of 3 take profit targets. Oh. Third take profit target is at 50K. And I say we hit that. I say we hit that. I say it's going to happen. They're saying, so when you get a volatility expansion supported by Hurst and volume, hold the trade until volatility is maxed. If you aren't supported, it's a less opportune signal. Okay. Okay. All right. Hold the trade till vol's maxed. I got you. I got you. Oh, hey. Excellent. Is there anything else we need to do here? Yes, there are probably quite a few things we need to do here. So we took this swing long. Life's good. We do believe we'll hit the third TP. So whatever. All good. And for this trade, yeah, we had a nice volatility reset. Volatility expansion. We did have some good volume come in, right? At the beginning of the trend. And we usually want to see volume come in at the end, right? It's okay for a trend to continue on with low volume. That's totally fine. Volume comes in at the beginning and the end, right? That's how crypto spot works. That's how most things work, right? Experience. All right, 15 minutes left in the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, unless we hit the member goal for the day, which is 4 more lovely individuals who will support our stream, and we will extend the stream by half an hour. For now. Is there anything? Let's go to our reversal system here. All right. Daily time frame. Price is overbought. We are trading above 2 standard deviations of the Bollinger Bands. So we are in danger territory. But looking at Laguerre PPO, we are not redlined. We're not redlined. And we had that nice vol reset. So again, I think we hit our third target here at least. I think we get our third target here at least. Things are starting to look overheated. Things are starting to look overheated. As far as our strategy is concerned, daily time frame strategy, we are overall bullish, looking for pullbacks to buy. At a 55 EMA pullback, at a 21 EMA pull, at multiple 21 EMA pullbacks, all is good. Yeah, volume is overall dropping. RSI is overbought. TSI is confirming bullish trend. You're quite a ways away from our 200 SMA. And, ooh, I'm going to save this. 9 and 81. I'm going to save that. Sorry. 9 and 81. I liked that. I liked that a lot. And then save that. Basic, yes. And volatility is close to getting redlined here on the daily. We're not quite there yet, though. We're not quite there yet. So we'll see if we either get a volatility crossover or we redline. All right, so that looks pretty good to me. So what is the plan here then? The plan on the weekly. The plan on the weekly is to identify potential regular bearish divergence, to identify the warning area, to respect the volatility expansion, but to at the same time respect the 618 retracement and the low volume node that we're coming up into. So again, 52.53, we look for rejection of the rally into the pre-halving dump. If we break through 52.53, then we consolidate at 57.58 for probably a while, and we continue up. And the idea of this pre-halving dump becomes less and less and less likely, in my estimation. Daily time frame, we just continue to hold the daily swing long to the take profit target, and not much else. All right, so now with that out of the way, now we can make a new layout. BTC LTF. Okay, and this is the time frame we're going to day trade on. Exciting. First things first, we want to go get our liquidation levels. These have been very successful in predicting price. So we have our first liquidation zone from 49,421 to 49,335. $421, $335. And $49,122. And 48,994. And 48,909. 909, 824. 909, 824. And 48,653. Bam. And we also got 525, 354. And we've got 269 and 141. Okay. That's a lot of liquidations below us. A lot. And where are our overhead liquidations? I mean, it's crazy. Basically, where do they come in at? 316. 316 to 487. $316 to 487 are the most significant ones. Okay. 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 Hold on. Wait. Sorry. And then the next significant chunk is 828 to 913. Bam. All right. There's our licks to the upside, ladies and gentlemen. I like that we hit 50K on your stream. Hey, man. Only here, only live, only on, well, Kraken Crypto. It's not breaking Bitcoin anymore, but your poor degen is in a dip phase. Caught some more as I enjoy the channel it's in. Hell yeah, man. Good. Good stuff. All right, we got 5 minutes left in the stream. We need to get our intraday kind of game plan here. Let's see here. Let's change this to 981 as well, as per Tyler's recommendation. Intraday. Yes. All right. Attention. Do I here? I really using. Am I really using this? I'm not. I'm not using. And this indicator I could merge with. The problem with that is and scale. Me and my girl got the love is so bad. I'm locked up like a penitentiary. All right. So, yeah, we had a nice volatility expansion here. Volatility reset. Final breakout. BBWP is peaked, and we've got liquidation zones here and here. Funding is high. Rally's getting hot. Boom goes the dynamite. Yeah, hourly BBWP is peaked. Community. Ball reset. Price going on. All right, so ball being peaked here. Hold to red line, and hourly's red line, right? Price is overbought. Funding is really high. Now, funding being really high just means there's a lot of demand. It's very expensive. Well, it's more expensive for longs to engage. Perhaps an answer for another time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to conclude today's epic stream of awesomeness. You guys have been absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for absolutely everything. But it is time to wrap today up. I want to thank all of you so much for joining me on today's exciting episode of the Crypto Trading Room. I have been Justin Wise. I am the lead analyst and senior mentor at KrakenCryptocurrency.com. I hope all of you go on to have a fantastic day. Please remember that it is emotional discipline and risk management that will ultimately be the most important factors in whether you are successful in your trading and investment experience, not, oh, I bought the right thing or whatever, right? I got the right indicator. None of that. It's self-work, all right? So work on yourselves, keep yourselves good, and just keep trying. It's hard to do, but it's very rewarding. I will be back tomorrow. Let me just double check. I will be back tomorrow morning, right? Yeah, I'll be back. I think the whole schedule for this week is good. I think there's one day this week. Let me just check here real quick. I do believe that there is one day this week. No. It should be. I don't have any scheduling conflicts this week. You guys should be seeing me live every single morning. If you guys want to support the stream and what we are doing, the best way that you can do that is by becoming a channel member here on YouTube. Costs as little as $3 and helps us continue to make this great free content for you guys every single day. You can do that by clicking the join button in your YouTube interface. All right. The other way you can support the show is, of course, supporting our affiliates and sponsors down in the descriptions. You can find links to anything you could possibly need in life and in your cryptocurrency journey. And if you cannot afford to do any of those things, you can support us by liking the stream. It helps us get this content out to those who have not seen it before and grows our community. Thank you guys so much for all your support. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave me a comment down below and I will address them as soon as I can. And I will see you all tomorrow. Keep it easy, guys.